Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. So I'm just going to pull some cards, get some messages, and see what Spirit has for us, what they want us to know. One of the biggest things that's going on right now, and that probably has been going on, is we're getting clarity to our blockages and things that are kind of standing in our way, where we're not fully standing in our power, or where we have walls up or guard up or whatever it is for us, even some subtle stuff below the surface or belief systems that is actually blocking what we want. So we're bringing awareness to those things so we can actually release them, let them go, heal them, and so we can take a step forward into like what we want and actually our behaviors and our feelings and our thoughts to actually reflect all of that and to all kind of be in alignment with each other. So I'm just gonna pull some cards and just kind of see what we get. A lot of people might be getting like little bits and pieces of clarity from the past and how it relates to your present path, or to what it is that you're wanting, and like part of your spiritual path, part of your purpose, things like that. So you might be getting some clarity or awareness to that. We're seeing how there's some type of difficult experience you had in the past that is helping you to help other people now, stuff like that. But they're saying like a lot of past stuff is being revealed at this time to help you with letting it go and actually moving forward and just taking another step forward toward what you want. Yeah. Oh, I like it. All right. We got dark thoughts and decrease. So it definitely feels like there's still a lot of heaviness. There's still a lot of fear energy. There's still like a lot of things that are coming up for you now that might feel very conflicting, might feel very confusing to where you're at in the present moment. You might be feeling like an older version of yourself or feeling like you kind of went backwards with stuff. But what you're not like realizing possibly is that you're actually letting go of those things. You're actually releasing a lot of things and you're healing it. And we got the healing light underneath it, like you're healing it. And so that's why it's coming back up, because you're ready to bring awareness and healing to things that you weren't able to before, and you're ready to actually let go of those things that are holding you back, that are making you feel like shit, especially like shame and guilt energy and like this sadness energy, and you're finally like letting it go. So you might be feeling like that, but it's only just because you're in that energy to bring awareness to it, to release it, to heal it. And I just keep getting to see things clearly, to see things accurately. Like it's almost like some of you guys had these false beliefs or these false perceptions based on where your mindset was at that time. And you're getting like the truth to things now. So you can actually like see the truth and let it go and make different choices, they're saying. So we got the vast universe and stuck energy. I'll tell you the other two that came out afterward, like together. So with the vast universe and stuck energy, a lot of you guys feel like you're feeling stuck, which I feel like I talked about this more recently. You're feeling very stuck. You're feeling like things aren't moving. It feels like sometimes things will move forward, but then like you get stuck again, or things just stay the same. Like some of you, it just feels like the same feeling over and over and over, and it's not leaving you. And it's like you're wanting to move forward on your journey. You're wanting things to like transpire. You're wanting to push forward, but you can't. If you're being stuck in place, you're not stuck, but if you're being put in place, it's happening for a reason, and it's happening to help you clear things and get like rid of things so you can level up. You're clearing those blockages so you can level up to the next path, to the next purpose, to the next step up. God, I can't talk. The next step up. And as you're doing that, it's going to continue to bring you exactly where you need to be. But like, you're not behind, you're not missing out on anything meant for you. You're not losing out on anything meant for you. Like, regardless of what you're seeing in front of your face, you're not missing any of those things. Like, they're going to come for you. Like, if you know something is true and it's going to happen for you, it's going to happen for you. Trust it. Okay. Like, you don't have to worry about it just because it's not happening right now, or you're worried that you're going to lose out. If it's meant for you, it's going to happen for you. We got great achievement and consciousness of lack. So this actually kind of feels almost like the same energy. It almost feels like there's something that you want. There's something you've been working toward, or in your mind, you're like, I want this. Like, why isn't it coming, or whatever? And what you're not realizing is you still have blockages. You still have certain things that are standing in your way that are blocking you from letting this in. And a lot of you, it is a perception. It's these deeper belief systems that you have that are preventing you from letting in what you want. Like, even if what you want is right the fuck here, you can't see that is right in front of your fucking face because your perception is blinding you, because you have a belief that you don't deserve it, or it can't happen, or it's not going to work out. So then what you do is you create problems in your mind, you push things away, you distance yourself, whatever it is for you. Or you think, like, a lot of people, the words that keep coming up that a lot of people have is, I don't think I can actually have that. Like, I don't think I can be successful at it. Or if I let it in, then I'm going to lose out on something else. Or like this fear mindset of like, if I let go of this, or I let go of this belief system, or I let the past actually be in the past and I just focus on the present moment, then how am I going to be safe? Then how am I going to know this? Or how am I going to work through this? Or if I let this in, what if it's taken from me and then it makes me feel worse? So I'd rather have something lesser, because if it's lesser, then the fall is not going to be as hard than something that's better. And so a lot of this is still below the surface, and your behaviors are reflecting these deeper feelings and beliefs. And as they're reflecting them, you're actually energetically blocking it, because your behaviors are also literally pushing it away. Your behaviors are pushing it away. Your energy is repelling it right now. And I'm just going to say this, okay? Like, don't worry about it. Like, whenever something comes up to your awareness and you see it, then do what you know you need to do. Like, if it's showing you where you're putting walls up, or it's showing you where you're sabotaging, or you're pushing something away, then do the behavior that aligns with your desire, not your fear. And that's going to help you. Like, that's all you need to do. Process like your feelings, what you're feeling and why, and then just align your behaviors to your desire, not the fears. Acknowledge them for what they are. And then, yeah, just acknowledge them. Saw the flower card. I forgot what it is, but yeah, just acknowledge them for what they are. Ooh, the Lover's card flew out. Yeah, acknowledge them for what they are, process them, feel them, and let them go, and change your behaviors. When you change your behaviors, it doesn't even matter if you have deeper disbelief with it. If you know you want it, then your behaviors need to mirror that. So, like, don't sit here and keep saying you want something and then doing the opposite of what you want. Like, no shit, you're not going to have it, because you're doing the opposite of what you want. Is that it? Oh, okay. The lion keeps coming out. The lion, especially today, keeps coming out. I noticed the lion today, and then pink today. Like, almost like this color, pink today, is coming up a lot. So, we got conditioning on the bottom. A lot of you are starting to see where you're holding yourself back. Like, you're starting to see where you've allowed experiences to hold you back, where you've allowed thoughts to hold you back, where you've allowed other people's perceptions and projections onto you to hold you back. I almost feel like, as I said, that it helped somebody release something. It felt almost like where you like felt this energy, and then you were like, and then it just like, you like just let go of it. Sometimes even just bringing it to your awareness and seeing it like that will actually just let it go and release it. It's crazy as shit. If you pay attention, you'll start seeing that. But yeah, a lot of you guys are starting to see that, or where you're conforming to other people's beliefs or other people's stuff. But it feels too like some of it was your own experiences, like things that happened to you that really affected you emotionally. You were allowing to like kind of hinder you from what you want. And so you're getting, and I just started getting some heart chakra as I said that. So you're starting to get like awareness and clarity to that, for you to unblock this next thing, for you to step forward on your path. It's all bringing you exactly where you want to go. So we got the Lovers and traveling. So immediately when I looked at the Lovers card, I'm actually seeing like babies. So some of you guys might be starting a family or having kids. Obviously this is a general message, is not for everybody, so only take it if it resonates. But it feels like this almost, at first it felt like this love energy, and then it went back to almost like this neutral energy. And it feels like you'll get these epiphanies or clarities, or feel this connection and love, and then it almost goes back to neutral or blank, where you feel nothing, like almost like disconnected, not emotionless, just almost like disconnected and stuff like that. Some of you, it's also related to your childhood trauma and in relationship to your parents and your siblings, which if this is for you, this stuff is coming up or will be coming up, or this message triggered it. There might be some significance to flowers. I'm going to leave it very general like that. I got a few messages with it, but I'm going to leave it as general as that. If it's for you, feel into your energy, feel into your intuition, and get the message you need for yourself versus me saying it for you. With this traveling card, so I love this because it's like that spiritual path card, right? The vast universe. It's like you're on this exact path you want. The desire you want is literally at the end. Okay, the sun is shining at the end, but you have all these clouds, you have all these hills, you have all these mountains, you have all these things in front of your face where you can't see the sun. And your sun is metaphorical for your desire, for what it is that you want for your life, or what do you want to come in, whatever it is. And it's like, but you can't see that. And it feels like this journey is like long and hard. And like sometimes it feels like very lonely and debilitating and just breaking you down, but it's breaking down all of these internal systems that like no longer work for you. It's breaking down the shitty foundation. It's breaking down all of these things that are preventing you and blocking you from getting what you want. And like the sun's always shining, you just can't always see it. You know, like even when it's cloudy out, the sun's still out, you just can't see it. So it's kind of the same thing for what it is you desire. Just because you can't always see it, sometimes you can feel it and you know it's coming for you. And then other times you're blocked from it and you feel almost like it's impossible, like it's just out of reach, you're never going to get it. Or it feels like it's coming for you and then it feels like it gets taken, it's coming for you and it gets taken. But all of that has its own purpose. All of that's helping you grow. All of that's helping you release and heal and changing you for the better. And if you think about how you handled things a year, 2, 3 years ago, even a few weeks ago versus how you handled them now, it's different. Things are different. Things are changing. Things are shifting, which is bringing you what you actually want. So, oh my God, I just started getting so fucking dizzy. Hold on. The dizziness has calmed down for a little bit lately. It started a little bit on and off last night. I had like the heart chakra shit for like the last like week or so, and my left arm, like the tingling energy, heaviness in my arm, and that's kind of shifted. It's a little bit there, but now I'm getting the dizziness again. It shifts with our energies and what we're healing or releasing, or what we're working on in our field, our energy field. With that being said, a lot of you guys, I forgot if I said this or not, should be getting like bits and pieces of clarity to your future. The fuck was that? To your future and what it is you're wanting. All three of those? Oh, shit, okay. Oh, 818. Okay. Is that it? Oh, okay. I guess we're just doing it like this today. What it is that you're wanting, like you should be getting some bits and pieces and clarity to what it is. And like I said, it almost feels like it comes in and then it's like blocked or goes away. But I promise you, all of that has its purpose. And just because you're only seeing it at some time and not every time doesn't mean it's not coming in. If you know that it is and you can feel it in your soul, then trust it, okay? We got deception and envy and spiritual union. Yeah or no? Okay, hold on. They want me to put those down. Feels so heavy. So this temptation card, I was asking if they wanted me to take the other cards, and it kind of relates to the other card. This temptation card is a lot of you guys feeling frustrated and wanting to walk away. Feeling frustrated with trying to be patient or with the journey, and just feeling like you're just like, fuck this. I'm just going to like leave. I'm just going to let this go. I'm not going to work toward this. And this kind of came up in the message like last week is, how long have you actually been staying in alignment for what you want? How long have you actually been putting the intention and effort in where you're actually releasing all the people and situations that relate to the past and not toward your present energy and what you want? Like, how many of you guys are actually, your behaviors are reflecting the desire you want? Or are you still putting your energy and emotions and time into people and situations from the past. So it's like you're not wanting the past situations to reoccur, but yet you're still putting your energy, you're still putting your efforts, you're still putting your time into it. So how much are you actually sitting in the present moment? How much are your behaviors in the present moment reflecting what you want? How many tests are coming up for you where the past is coming up for you and you're walking away from the past? Or are you still putting some energy into it? And like, that's what they're saying is like, a lot of you guys haven't actually been patient. A lot of you guys are still putting your energy into the old and you're expecting, you know, things to happen. And when they're not, you're like walking away from them. And then it's like, but how much actual effort, how much are you putting into that? So this is like a good exercise or activity for you to do to kind of see and really, you know, whatever is like, write down what your desire is. Write down what your desire is and look at your behaviors and write down kind of what behaviors am I doing or what actions am I taking besides telling myself shit? What actions or behaviors am I taking that actually relate to this goal that I want? And what actions and behaviors am I taking that actually pull me away from this goal? And when you look at it, you're going to realize a lot more of what your actions are actually pulling you away from what you want. If you sit and reflect on it or you write it down, you're going to see that you're not actually being patient. In your mind, you're saying you're being patient, but you're not. You're actually still putting efforts and energies into something that's completely opposite of what you want. And it's some type of old fear or some type of old energy that you're still stuck in, that you're not letting go of, which is blocking you from getting what you want. Because you're not actually doing the behaviors that reflect what you want. So for the people who are like wanting to walk away or throw things away that they truly desire or that's part of their soul desire, do that and see. And you're going to start bringing awareness to it, hopefully, and start seeing that like the universe, spirit, whatever is not sitting here and like dicking you around or fucking with you. They're trying to show you that every time something comes up that scares you, you're actually going into the fear and running away. Your walls are going up, your behaviors are going to people and situations in the past, you're going back to settling stuff, or going back to things that are distracting you from your goal. And when you bring awareness to that, you got to just, I think I said that earlier, you just got to change the behavior. You just got to sit in the discomfort and change the behavior. Like, yeah, your ego wants familiar. Yeah, your ego wants all that stuff, but it's false comfort. It's false safety. Because when you reflect back to those old relationships or those old jobs or those old situations, you realize you weren't actually happy. You actually felt very uncomfortable. You felt very anxious. You didn't actually feel safe. It was things that you told yourself or things that you wanted to feel or believe were possibly somewhat true at the time, but aren't true now because you're not the old version of you. So look at those things and then actually make the genuine, true efforts toward what you want, even when it's hard. Even when it's hard, you got to do it. If you truly want it, you got to do it. Like there's no other way around it. Like, is it really worth it? You know, it's like people are like, oh, I want a relationship. But it's like, you want a relationship. Are you healing yourself? Are you reflecting on your old relationships that sucked? And are you looking at your own patterns with the choices you're making, the behaviors you tolerated, your own projections, your own deeper fucking trust issues, fears, belief systems? Are you working on those? Are you changing those behaviors within yourself? Are you healing those things within yourself? Because if you're not doing that and you're talking to fucking exes, you're going on dating apps, you're going and fucking people, you're going and settling with people you don't actually like or want to be with or aren't fully in alignment with what you actually desire, then how can you sit here and like say some bullshit like, oh, I don't get what I want ever, when none of your fucking actions or behaviors align with that? You know, it's the same thing with like people who are like, oh, I want a business. As soon as it gets tough, they like give up. They're just like, oh, I'm done. Oh, I didn't get the money I wanted. Okay, well, if you really want that business and you're really fucking passionate about that business, then when the times are fucking tough, you adapt and you figure that shit out. You don't just give up on shit you want. And it's like this, I can just feel so much heaviness with this. It's almost like every time something scares you or becomes difficult, you run the fuck away or give it up. But if you really want that, then why are you doing that? Why aren't you working harder? Why aren't you adapting? Why aren't you partnering? Why aren't you figuring it out? Why is your first thought to go, okay, let me just fucking run away from it? You know what I mean? I feel like I'm being aggressive, but I promise you I'm not. It's just some like, it's just the way the energy is coming. It's like this tough love energy. So anyway, we got trapped in fear, shadow, wish, fulfillment of wishes. Like, damn, every single fucking card that's coming out is like desire card, like the path and the desire card on the right, followed by like whatever it is that's blocking us. So this reading is pretty much what the fuck is blocking us from getting what we want and bringing awareness to it and shifting our behaviors. I feel like the whole reading is this, but it's like the trapped in fear shadow with fulfillment of wishes. That's what's pretty much going on, is your fears are coming up. Your deeper traumas, your deeper perceptions, your deeper patterns, like your deeper things that you're scared to see, that you've repressed, that you've pushed down, are coming up, especially in relation to what you desire. And you have to release these and change your behaviors for this to come. It's not going to come if you're not putting the work in. You know, it's like almost like the example they're giving me is like, you want to be an artist, right? But you're not painting, but you're not drawing, but you're not doing anything. All you're doing is working your normal job. That is not art related. You're not buying the tools. You're not actually, you know, trying to work through things or figure things out or do research or actually implement it. You're doing nothing for that. And then you're working a job that makes you fucking miserable, that has nothing to do with your fucking or your passion at all. And like, that's what they're saying. And some of that obviously is metaphorical, like energetic, but some of that is very literal as fuck, like that you're not actually putting any of the energy and behaviors into it. So how the fuck are you going to sit here and keep bitching and keep saying, I'm not going to get what I want, and being impatient when you're not even doing the shit? And it's not like this, oh my God, I have to work so hard at everything, or oh my God, I have to do all this. It's you're not even taking steps forward to put the effort in. Talking about shit is talking about shit. Talking is not doing. Talking is not doing. Saying things and believing things is not doing. There has to be effort, like spirit meets you in the middle. So there has to be some effort on your part, right? You have to be doing something. You cannot expect like that everything's just going to come for you without you clearing what you need to clear, without you putting effort in. Like it's not like entitled and like, I'm not saying this as an asshole, but it's almost like those kids who have that entitled energy and they just expect things to be handed to them. It's like, I want to learn to tie my shoes, but they're not actually trying to tie their shoes. They just want you to fucking tie it for them. Like, a lot of that is what this energy is. So if you're in this energy, probably go reflect on why you act like that. And it's not like I'm giving you shit about it or attacking you. It's more so of, why am I acting like this? And a lot of you guys, it's actually a trauma fear response because you don't have a foundation or trust or safety within yourself to actually know that you are capable of handling this, to actually step up and lead your life and to take charge. It's almost like you'd rather let other people do it and be passive, and you can be passive, like a passenger in your own fucking life, but be passive so you don't have to take responsibility for things that happen. So you don't have to feel bad if something doesn't work out the way you want it. And it feels like some of you guys have this fear of failure, which failure is a fucking joke. It's not a real thing. It's putting pressure or expectation on something instead of just letting it be what it is. Letting it be what it is. If it doesn't work out, it wasn't supposed to work out, and you adapt. Like, it's adapting to our circumstances. With this spiritual union and deception and envy, hold on. God, this energy that I'm transmuting for you guys is like heavy as fuck. Jesus. I can feel it so much in like my fucking chest energy. It just feels so heavy. If you have that as I'm talking, it's because I'm triggering it the fuck out of you. And I know I'm triggering it out of you because I can feel it in my own damn body. Like, rub your chest, sit with your feelings, deal with them. And then like you'll start, as you're rubbing it, wherever it is, but I keep feeling it like right here. As you're rubbing it, like you'll start feeling it move. Just keep like rubbing up or circling, pushing, whatever works for you. Movement back and forth, it will come up the throat and like release. Sometimes that's why speaking our mind, especially like when we're hurt, helps us actually release it. Or even just talking to ourselves, verbally communicating it, helps us release it. Even if we're not saying it directly to the person or situation, just saying it helps us release the energy. With the spiritual union and deception and envy card, hold on. Oh my God, this reading is like fucking with my energy so bad right now. I definitely gotta go release this shit after it. Here's what they're saying. Not everything is as it seems. Some of you have, especially in relation to like some type of spiritual connection or soulmate connection or something like that, which we got the Lovers card, which is the same thing as the spiritual union card. We definitely keep getting like multiple of the same messages, right? The same type of cards in different decks. For some of you, it's almost like as you're healing and you're coming more into connection with yourself and you're doing the work, you're actually getting the clarity, and some of those illusions are lifted. Those belief systems that you had in relation to your relationship are lifting. You're starting to get the clarity. You're starting to see where you were making assumptions based on your past experiences. Some of you guys were also starting to see how what you were thinking about this other person had nothing to do with this person. It just was a projection of what's already happened to you. And it feels like a lot of you guys, see, I don't know why I keep, probably because the fucking energy, I'm like, I feel like I gotta keep burping, but nothing's coming up. A lot of you guys feel like you're actually releasing walls and you're taking your mask off and you're being your true self, or you're starting to be your true self with this person. Like you're starting to open it up. And I just looked at the leaf and I just almost like want to cry. It's like there's going to be like a new beginning. There's going to be a fresh start with this relationship to help you guys kind of come back to the good things within your relationship, that good foundation, that love and that connection, and come back to that. And it feels like for some of you guys, you haven't been able to feel it as much because you're being blocked from it, because you're doing your own healing. So it's like you'll feel it to give you that inspiration, to give you that hope, to give you kind of the energy you need to work through the next step. And then it feels like it gets pulled from you because you're needing to deal with some shadows. You're needing to deal with some other parts of yourself that relates to that person, but really relates to the past. And they're just kind of saying to me, like, a lot of you guys are letting go of stuff from the past. Like a lot of, especially if it's a love situation, a lot of you guys are, yeah, this one. A lot of you guys are letting go of those past energies and those past relationships and kind of getting the clarity you need. And they're also saying some of you, it's like this deception energy. We'll see if that comes back out with the Peace card. There's so many coming out at once though, so I don't want to take them. But Jesus Christ. They're just coming out in chunks. I don't know. A lot of you guys are seeing through old deception with people who pretended like they were somebody they weren't, or told you lies, or just presented themselves in some way. Like you're starting to get the clarity on that. Some of you, it's definitely romantic relationships. And some of you, it is romantic relationships, but also related to like a parent wound or like a sibling wound or something like that. Or old friends. It might be all of those though. It might be, can you guys just do like one or two at a time? It might be one or all of those. I keep seeing the Trust card, the Peace card, the Communication card. Oh my God. Okay, we'll take these two. What are they? The Trust and the Shadows card. I should have known. I told you, I keep seeing the Trust card, but I want to get like one or two more. Yeah or no? Okay, one more. See, now they're not wanting to come out. There we go. I was going to say one or two more, and I got two. I should have known. No, okay. We got Shadows and Trust. So we got the Shadows card again. So yeah, a lot of this is those, kind of what I said earlier, those deeper shadows, those deeper emotions, those deeper feelings, things that are below the surface. And it's just like you're releasing repressed energy and you're healing those areas. But also I'm getting to is areas where you guys weren't accepting and loving yourself, parts of yourself you're trying to change, parts of yourself that like you just feel like aren't lovable, and it feels almost like things that society told you or that your partners told you, your parents told you were unlovable, or things that you needed to change in order to get what you wanted, which isn't actually true. And so like as you're facing these shadows, you're maybe getting the validation you need so you can get, you know, acceptance to those things that you need to accept. And like it does feel like some of you guys are getting like this, they're saying like sprinkling of validation. You're getting validation for certain things you need because they're wanting you to empower yourself, and they're needing you to trust. And they're needing you to trust because part of the journey you're not going to have clarity on. You're not going to have clarity on. So you're getting, oof, I feel like I'm going to cry again. It's not my own emotions. I don't know. It's just I keep feeling. You're getting little pieces of validation that you need to help you with trusting, because when you have to take that leap of faith, it might be a little bit scary. And even if you know what's going to happen, like long term, you know what's going to happen, you know, there's still some deeper fears and conflict and stuff that when it does come in for you, you're going to release. Like it's naturally going to release as the desire comes in for you. But when you're having to actually step up and make that next choice and the next level, you're going to actually need to really trust in your decision making. You're going to need to trust in yourself. You're going to need to trust that leaving the past in the past is actually going to help you get what you want. And it is people, it is situations, it is belief systems, it's a lot of those things. And it's almost like this, but how do I make decisions now if I don't look to the past, to what I've experienced to prevent that? But what you're not realizing is you're already healing those things. You're already a different person. So your internal motivation is different. Your desire is different. Your belief system is different, and you're healing that. And a lot of this feels like very present energy. Like a lot of what I was talking about is past energy, and it's still there right now, but this feels more like right now, like more so present from when you're watching this, like this energy where you're dealing with more of your feelings, you're facing more of your shadows, you're accepting yourself and loving yourself more, and you're trusting more in your decision making because you're doing things from your heart. And like you haven't always done those. You've done them a lot of times out of fear. You've done them a lot of times out of conditioning and other people's perceptions on what you should do. And as you're doing that, you are leveling up, you are growing, you're building that foundation within yourself. And it's just like Spirit's saying, like, if you know something, trust it. Like, don't let other people's doubts, don't let the past and things like that actually affect what you trust and know. And it's hard to do. I'll tell you this, because I've been actually having this type of shit come up the last like week or so. It is very fucking hard to do. It is very hard to do, but do it anyway. Because for me, what it was is a situation that came up probably like a week ago or something. And it was kind of conflict of like, I want to do this, but then I'm not sure because of this, and this. And it was really like, if I sat and actually thought about it, I want to do this. And if the past didn't happen, I would do this. If I didn't have this happen that scared me, I would do this. So I go, all right, we're going to let this go and do this. And then it's like, but what if the past happens? But what if it doesn't? But what if it doesn't? Because everything shifted and changed. And I also handle the past the way I handled it, didn't I? And I'm okay, aren't I? And it's like, as you're shifting these things, you are changing, and what you want is going to come in, and it is changing. So we got emotional healing. This one kind of, it was like in and out, and it was like, I don't know if I should take it or not, but I definitely got to take this. And then these are the two that flew out together. Changes in energy. I think we're getting some rainbows today too. So, grieving, loss, sadness, feeling alone, fully processing and allowing yourself to feel everything you need. Be patient with yourself, reparenting your inner child, healing family cycles. So a lot of you guys are doing that. I just looked up 3333 when I looked up, and it relates definitely to like the shadows and trust. It also feels like, kind of repressed feelings about, your family too. I think I said that. It's like I say things and I'm like, wait, did I say that? Because it came in, and then I'm like, wait, I forgot if I said that or not. I'm like, I think it actually came out of my mouth. Because sometimes when they're channeling stuff to me, it's like I can feel it, but I'm not sure if I always remember to say it or not. And then it comes back around. I'm like, oh, I forgot, whatever. Anyway, but it feels like repressed feelings you had with your parents, or in your childhood, where it was like you're too scared to see something a certain way and accept this about like one of your parents or a sibling or immediate family or something like that, a caregiver, whatever it is. Some of you might be like a caregiver or like a grandparent that was like a parent to you, or something along those lines. and something you weren't seeing clearly. And if this message resonates with you and you haven't gotten the clarity, or you feel uncomfortable as I'm saying it, you'll get the clarity when you're supposed to. Just sit with the emotions and feelings. Like, what is it that I'm feeling in my body? And like when I say that, it's like, am I feeling anxious? Am I feeling like tense? Am I feeling sad? Am I feeling, you know, relaxed? Am I feeling calm? Am I feeling unsafe? Like, what is it I'm feeling? Why am I feeling that? Like, what is bringing this feeling in? You know, what is bringing this feeling? What memories are coming up? What thoughts are coming up? And just kind of go into them, and they'll flow. Like, the more you open your energy, the more they'll flow. With the changes in energy card, I actually got like some good vibes with this. So, good vibes only. No, I'm just kidding. That's so fucking toxic. I hate good vibes only bullshit. Anyway, a lot of the heaviness that's coming in, a lot of these, the energy that you're feeling in those shifts, even if you don't normally feel energy very intensely, or you don't really recognize these regular shifts that we're going through, because it's not everybody's purpose. It's not something everybody needs to feel and understand. But even if you don't feel those things regularly, you might be feeling the energy. Is really, the last week has been so intense for me that I'm just like, guys, can we fucking calm this shit down? Because damn, it's like the most intense energy I've ever fucking felt. But I transmute energy and I do other things. So there's I got the kind of clarity actually the other day on why I feel energy every day and the intensity and understanding it. And it made me realize, oh, okay, a lot of people don't actually feel this. A lot of people don't understand this. And I'm like, okay, well, that makes sense. But I also, it's part of, there's a reason. I don't want to get into it. There's a reason why I feel all that and stuff. But I'll talk about it whenever the fuck I feel like it. But yeah, so a lot of you guys might be feeling those energies and you might be seeing those shifts. But also what you're not realizing too is a lot of those old situations that are coming back up, or those tests that are coming back up, the energy coming in, those situations coming in are actually to help you to make changes in your life, to change your behaviors, to change your thoughts, to see something different, to bring awareness to something different so you can actually get what you want, to actually bring you the rainbow after the storm, to actually have your flowers bloom, the seeds that have been planted and the flowers bloom. So, and actually I just realized this, I got this shirt. It says, try to find a light during the dark days. Wow, I'm like slow as fuck today. I'm like, I swear I'm not high. I just got some weird energy like in here. So when I have like the weird energy, when I have third eye, it's third eye right now, but when I have third eye or crown chakra, it makes me like so fucking dumb sometimes. Like not dumb, I shouldn't say dumb. It makes me where I feel like I can't speak, or like I can comprehend it in my mind. I just can't say it, where I feel like I can't communicate it smoothly like I normally do. It doesn't flow as easy because it's like other energies are like jumbling with my throat chakra trying to express myself. Okay, let me pull really quick from the angels thing and then I'm done. Let me pull. What card just fell out? Compromise. Some of you guys might be getting messages on compromising too, and what that actually means, not the bullshit. What it actually means to compromise. And yeah, these cards are all over the fucking place today. Shut up. All right, those I'm taking now. Helpful people, opportunity, and let go. And it's up to you. So again, same message. It's, you got to let go of behaviors, patterns, belief system, thoughts that are coming up to your awareness, and you have to do the work to let it come in. You have to meet spirit in the middle. You can't just can't expect them to be like, here you go, here's exactly what you want, when you're not putting the efforts and energy and beliefs in. What you also don't realize when you're doing that is you're actually releasing the past and you're healing it. When you're making different choices, you're energetically cutting cords and you're energetically letting go. And you know, people are like, oh, you can just cut cords to things. No, you don't if you don't deal with the energy. No, you don't. The only way to really actually cut energetic cords is to heal the cord, is to heal the energy. It's to heal the thing that's related to it. Otherwise the cord isn't going to cut. Like it just doesn't, you know? So it's like, that's like people in their mind being like, let me cut this fucking, you know, cord that's outside. And it's like, unless you're taking the fucking scissor and cutting it, or you're taking a knife and cutting it, it's not going to cut. And it's the same thing, like metaphorically, like you have to do the energetic work to cut it. They're like, what does that mean? Like somebody's asking, like, what does that mean? What it means is when you have connections to people or to emotions, you have to deal with them and let them go and release them in order for the cord to actually cut, in order for it to be like released. It naturally does it as you're healing. So if you've ever noticed, like when something comes up and it's really heavy for you, after you feel the emotions and you deal with it, if it comes up again, it's almost like it's not there anymore. All that heavy emotion is not there anymore because the cord's been cut. The energy has been released. Like it's not sitting in there anymore. And that's why you're like neutral as fuck about it, or you just don't care anymore because it's not whatever. If it's invoking a lot of emotions in you, it means that there's still some type of energy that's still sitting there with that, or a belief system or a situation or something like that. So it's like, it's up to you to do the work. It's up to you to put in some of the effort and meet spirit in the middle. We got helpful people and opportunity. So definitely some of you guys are going to have something come in, and it's definitely going to relate to other people, and you're going to need to ask for help. Like you're going to need to have either emotional support or somebody physically helping you, or asking spirit for help. And they just gave me to tell you guys this. So I was helping one of my friends the other day, and she said I'm stubborn, which when she said something to me the other day, I was like, okay, that's fair. I was stubborn about that. That's fair. So I guess I am sometimes stubborn too. But no, she's stubborn about her spiritual gifts and stuff. So a lot of times, like if spirit asks me directly to ask her stuff, she is like, nope, I don't know how to do that. Nope, I don't know how to do that. So basically what they had me do was pretend like I needed help with something that I didn't really need help with. And then when I talked about it, it related to exactly what the fuck we were going to talk about. I don't always know it ahead of time. I just say it in the way that spirit kind of channels it to me. So I don't always understand what the fuck's going on until we get to the end of it. And I'm like, oh, that's why you guys had me say that. Okay, it makes sense. And basically what it was with her was so the situation they wanted me to get her help with, I'm saying in quotes because I didn't really need her help, was for me to explain to her what came up for me and what I was feeling. So then when we talked about the shit with her, it was exactly about that, and to show her that she can channel and she can feel into stuff, and to stop being so fucking stubborn with it, basically. And I was like, they keep saying like, why do you not ask for help? Why do you not ask for help? And what they told me, and I didn't know this, was you have to actually ask them. There are certain things that they can give you clarity on, and I don't know all of it, so don't, like ask me more than this, because I'm telling you all that I understand about it, right? There are certain things you have to ask for, whether it's you asking for something to happen that you want and or information. If you're wanting clarity on something, like you have to actually ask for it. Sometimes they can't give it to you, and it's certain energies. It's certain energies that can and certain energies that can't, and it's certain things that relate to part of your path or part of something with your gifts or needing to unlock, and certain things no. So I don't know the full answer on it. I only know what I know. And yeah, and I noticed this too, actually with me, I don't know which energy it is. It doesn't feel like angels when it's coming in. So I'm not sure who it is, or what energy it is. They're like laughing at me. It doesn't even matter. I don't really care. But I noticed when I get channeled this with certain energies, I always have to ask the person permission. I naturally ask, like, can I say this to you? I could be dead ass in the middle of telling you something, and then some part of it, I need your permission or consent to tell you. And I'll like literally in the middle of a fucking sentence be like, hey, can I share this with you? And I have to ask you, or I literally can't fucking say it. And I've noticed that more recently, the last few months. So whatever the energy is or whatever it is, like you're needing that permission for. So ask spirit. Like if you're wanting something, ask them. You can pray and just say spirit. You could say God. You could pray to whoever you want. Spirit guides, angels, ancestors, universe, whatever word you want to use, whatever your belief system, it's all the same. It doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter, but ask for what it is. Like, hey, I need clarity about this, or hey, can you guys help me with, unblocking this, or hey, I want to know like what's coming for me with this, or how do I get what I want, or like, this is what I want. Like, is it coming in or is it not? Or like, what, like, for me, a lot of times when it's a situation that I don't have clarity on, I'm just like, can you guys give me whatever clarity I need related to so-and-so? And then whenever the right time is, it will come in. It's not always directly when you ask. There's certain things I've gotten clarity on months later, years later, sometimes hours later, sometimes like I'll just say a general prayer, like, can you give me clarity on this? Like my business, can you give me clarity on this? And then randomly, like later in the day, I'll just get a random epiphany that makes me understand something else. But it's not always in that moment. And a lot of times when it comes in, it just comes in this like download and this knowing. It might not always be that way for you. Sometimes it might show up through a reading like this, or it might show up through a word, or it might show up through a meme, or it might show up through like a conversation with somebody, especially somebody who channels and feels energy and stuff. It might just naturally come out of them, and them hear, like you hear what you want. You're like, that's funny. I asked this earlier. I was thinking about this earlier, and that's why it's coming. They're like laughing, and that's why it's coming in. So anyway, I hope this helped, and please ask for help if you need it, and I hope you guys all have an awesome day.